Welcome back, fellow Marvel collectors, to Marvelous March here on my YouTube channel, and we have been reviewing the brand new Marvel Legends Avengers Infinity War Build-A-Figure Thanos series. And in our previous video, we had just taken a look at the Build-A-Figure Thanos, and I thought I would follow it up with another member of the Black Order, Proxima Midnight, from this series. And Thanos and Proxima Midnight are a lot bigger characters than the other action figures in the line. I'll pull them both out here. You can see where she stacks up with Thanos and where she stacks up with Boy Band Cap here. So the Black Order members are a lot bigger. And she is definitely a unique sculpt overall. Of course, most of these MCU Marvel Legend figures they get completely unique sculpts. And one nice thing about this sculpt is that we get double jointed elbows on a female figure. We don't get that a whole lot. So it was definitely nice to see that. Of course, her being so big kind of gave Hasbro a little room to work that in, I think. And besides the Build-A-Figure piece she comes with, she does come with her scepter here. And before she falls over, this is a pretty nice piece. However, there is no color variation, and the end of the staff is warped on mine. I'm sure it's going to be like that on a lot of these. And I could fix it with a hair dryer. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. Would have been nice to get some color variation in here. But they did take a lot of time on this new sculpt and all her paint work. They did a great job with this figure overall. Give you a little 360 of her before we break her down. And this shoulder pad on her left side will come off. However, it is glued on whenever you get it in package. So if you take it off, it's a little harder to stay in. I'll just show you right now how it's a separate piece. And you can see where it plugs in here. So you can stick that back on, but it's not going to stay on real tight unless you glued it back in there. And this side of her hair actually kind of forms around that shoulder pad, which is kind of cool. Where on this side you can see it follows her neck a little closer. And this head sculpt's great. Looks a lot like the promo images we have seen of her. Kind of has almost that demon or devil look with these horns on the side. And her hair is a straight blue, but there is a lot of paint variation on her actual face. Different tones of gray here. It's a lot lighter in her cheek and mouth and nose area. She has red eyes, if you can tell. They almost look a little pink. And there is good detail on that hair. And overall, I love this armor. I think Hasbro did a great job with this sculpt. A lot of paint variation. Just a lot of little sculpted detail all through this outfit. Very different costume design. The way all these lines are just kind of squiggly and random. And down here on this lower portion of her right leg, the armor is marbleized a little bit. So, great detail overall. I think she really does look a lot like all the promo images we have seen thus far. And her articulation is awesome. I'll take off this shoulder pad so it won't restrict anything. But her head is on a ball joint, which won't go far back because of the hair, and won't go that far forward either. But you do get a little bit of tilt from side to side, and you would get full rotation if you can get the hair all the way around. And she does have a ball joint and hinge at the shoulders, which will go up to 90 degrees, spin all the way around. Of course, if you have the shoulder pad on this side, it will be a little restricted. Bicep cut on both sides, and those double jointed elbows, which are really nice on her. If I can get that lower portion to come up, her arm will go all the way up and back straight. And we have a peg and hinge here on the wrist, which will get a great deal of movement. And we do get this kind of rocker here at the abdomen, but it doesn't really go forward at all. Pretty much just wants to rotate. And it doesn't feel like it wants to go back at all either. And of course we don't get a waist cut. And her legs will kick this far out, this high up, and about this far back. Cut on the upper thigh to get full rotation, double jointed knees. It'll go all the way back. And her feet are on a hinge and a peg, so you can get it that far back. Not that far forward on this foot, but this foot will go a good bit further up with that hinge. The armor kind of restricts it on that other foot. So her left one will get a wide range there. And of course, she has that ankle pivot. So overall, really nice figure. I think it's a great addition to the MCU villains. And of course, if you're a big fan of the Avengers and you're getting Thanos, you're probably going to want to get the rest of the Black Order. So I definitely give her a high recommend. I think this is the best figure in the series besides Thanos. So, alright everybody, stay tuned because the next review will be of Boy Band Cap. So I'll catch you then.